Hello, 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 everyone. It's me, Stephanie R. Bridges, and you are watching Mirror to Manuscript. And we have another wonderful show for you, another amazing author. But we got to start it out with the theme song. Word up, hey, word up, hey, word up, hey. For real though. So, before we get into this, I just want to say that not only do I write and publish my own books, I also assist other people who publish their stories and their books. So, these are the people I'm bringing on, people that I've worked with in the past and helped aspiring authors become published authors. So, if that is something that you're interested in, definitely hit me up. I am not the only game in town. There are a number of people who can help you on your book writing and book publishing journey. And I can share that information with you as well so you can make an educated decision. But I feel like it's just so important for each and every one of us to tell our stories, especially at times like this where they're trying to erase our history. We really need to preserve that and share our stories. So today's guest is very special to me. It is Dr. Tameka Donaldson Bridges. Yes, that is correct. Bridges. So I want to bring her on right now. And hello, Dr. Tameka.
Yay! Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
I am doing well. How are you?
Blessed by the best.
Hey. So just tell the people a little bit about you, a little bit about yourself.
Oh, my goodness. I am a child of God. Number
Amen.
one, I am a wife of 19 years, married to my wonderful husband, Javier Bridges.
Yes, cuz.
Yes, yes, I am a mother of three young men, a boy mom. Um, just love what I do. I have a nonprofit called Bridging Our Communities Together for Success. And with that, we help feed the homeless, we provide necessity items, and I also have educational programs as well. I help take care of my grandmother. She is 88 years old. Blessed to still have her here.
Yes.
And of course, daughter, auntie, sister. So, I just love what I do, love family. And yes, just blessed to be here.
Yes, definitely. And you do love family, and we're going to get more
Yes.
into that. But before we start to talk about your amazing manuscript and book, please tell us like what made you want to become an author? Like when did that hit you?
Um, so when I went to Ohio State, my bachelor's is in English.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with this degree? Right. I do have writers in my family. My mother, she write poems, which pretty soon she'll be reaching out to you to get that published.
Yes, I can't
But-
wait.
yes, but it's just something that I always wanted to do was just write some books. Of course, children books, and then I just wanted to write a memoir in honor of my family.
Oh, very
So
good.
something
Very
I've been wanting to do since I would say '07.
okay. Definitely. Okay. So I'm just sharing us on Facebook into the Bridges Book Club. Let me do that.
Okay.
All right, definitely. All right, so let's talk about the book
Mhm,
because you mentioned how much you love family,
mhm,
and I really enjoyed working on your book. I was inspired, just because you honoring, our ancestors and
mhm.
honoring the people who worked so hard, who went through so much so
Yes.
that we could be here today. So
Mhm.
just tell us about the book, but also tell us about that connection, that ancestral connection.
Yes. So when I was born, there was 12 grandparents. I had one great great, then my greats and grandparents. So I was always around them. I spent summers with them, just speaking to them and them pouring into me. That was the biggest thing. Like everybody said, I had an old soul. Well, it was because I always hung with my grandparents. So I always tell the story of my great grandmother. She received her master's in special education. So I would go with my grandmother to Detroit every single summer. And at the end, she would pull you in the room, give you a little bit of money, and say, Tameka, I want you to go further than me. Mind you, I'm 12, 13 years old. I'm like, what you mean go further than you? I want you to go further than me. Education is everything. I want you to go to school, get your degrees and become somebody great. And this is what I heard every single summer. I would say 6 or 7 years straight. And then she would tell me, Ohio State, that's a very good college. You live in Ohio, go to Ohio State. Okay. And that's exactly what I did. But I just had my grandparents and even my mother. I can't leave my mother out either, but I had a praying family and they all just came around me and just led me in the right way. And I am who I am because of my mother and my ancestors, and I could never leave them out. So I knew I wanted my first book to honor them, just what they did, because my great grandmother in those times, she got a master's. She went through a lot to get that.
Yes, she did.
And she went to Wayne State in Detroit, Michigan. Wow. So we were ecstatic when she received that, but she told me, she was like, I want you to go further. So I know she passed away my freshman year at OSU. And I knew then she had gave me the baton to keep going.
Yes.
So it was at that moment, I'm like, you know what? And we called her my dear. I said, my dear, said she want me to go further than her. I need to get that doctor's degree. And my eyes been on it ever since. And so I reached it in 2018.
Yes. And in the book you talk about your journey. And it wasn't, I don't think many people have a straight through journey from undergrad to getting their master's to getting their doctorate. But just tell us a little bit about, the twists and the turns and the, that happened on your educational journey.
It was a lot, but just kind of give it short. So I went to OSU in 92 when I graduated high school, fresh out of high school. I'm like, I'm going to do this. Year and a half later, I dropped out. I had my first son. So I'm like, okay, let me try again. So I think that was like 1993. So then I tried to go back again about a year later. Then my other son came. I said, you know what? I'm just going to give up right now. And then life happened. I had 2 young, small children I had to take care of. I had to go to work. And I'm like, you know what? I didn't forget what I wanted. But in that moment, I knew I had to take care of my babies. And then a couple of years later, my last son came. So I'm like, okay. So I promised myself, I said, when my youngest, Trayvon, reached kindergarten, I'll go back. And that's exactly what I did. When he reached kindergarten, then I went back to OSU. At that time, I only had like a year and a half left, and I completed that. So I got that degree, and I'm like, okay. So I took about a couple years, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep going. Then I got into my master's program, and my master's program was education with a specialization in early childhood education. And that took me 18 months to get. And then I conquered that, and I'm like, okay. And what gave me the drive to keep going is my kids. They were like, Mommy, you're taking care of us and you're going to school. Mommy, you are the best. I want to be like you. I'm like, yes, go to school, get your education. But I wanted to be that example for my children. And here's the thing, just because you make a mistake I'm not going to even say it's a mistake. I had to leave school alone for a while, but I picked it back up. And one thing that my grandparents told me is that always conquer your goals and your dreams. I don't care how old you get. Like my great grandmother was 50 something years old. So I knew then, I'm like, I can do all things through Christ. And I may not can do it right now, but trust and believe I'm going to pick that back up. And I did. So after that, just working a full-time job, and it was a couple of years later, and I'm like, okay, it's time to go get this big boy. People are kind of scaring me off. They're like, oh, it's hard. And I'm like, but I'm still going to get it. And I'm not going to stop until I get it. You know, there's this drive in me that once I get my eyes on something, I'm not going to stop until I reach it, like the eye of the tiger.
I love it.
Yes. So, got into my doctoral program, I would say 2013. I finished in 2018, but it was a battle. You know, the road wasn't easy at all. You know, there was times that I wanted to quit. There's time I was crying and typing and talking about, I just can't do this. It was hard because I was a wife, a mother. My kids were still in school. It was a lot. But I said, you know what? In my mind, I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. And, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, you know what? I got the baton for a reason.
Yes.
And I'm going to keep this going. I'm not going to stop until I complete my journey. And I know this was the path that God had for me. So when I reached it, I was ecstatic. But during that time, 2017, I lost my grandmother, my mother's mom. And she was my heart. I had 3 heartbeats and she was one of them. And that devastated me to no end. My counselor asked me, she said, do you want to stop for a while, and regroup and everything? And I said, no. I said, my grandmother would not have wanted me to stop. And I'm going to keep going. So I was grieving and typing, working. Still trying to be a wife, mother, be there for my mother because she lost her mother.
Yes.
And then the next month, my dad's mom, I found out she had dementia. So then I had to deal with that. And I'm her power of attorney now. So it was just a lot that I had to juggle, but I did it. And one thing about it, just know that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And when you want something, you have to go get it. And know the path is not easy. I tell everybody all the time. People want to look at the finished product, but they don't know where you come from. I had some hard times with my babies. And I tell everybody, I had a public assistance, and I did what I had to do to make it. But I didn't use it as, I use it as a stepping stone.
Yes, definitely.
Where I am today. But yes. And I just thank God that he gave me the strength to do what I needed to do. But I tell everybody, I fought hard to become Dr. Tameka. It was hard, but I did.
Yes. And I love that. And I love, everyone that I know who has their, doctoral degree, I'm so honored to call them doctor. And I know we talked about that too. You're like, oh, we family, cousins and everything. But, that means a lot to me because, like we're sort of contemporaries and you did it. I'm excited. I'm like so proud of you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm proud to say Dr. Tameka. You know what I mean? Even people who I know we're cool and they're not doctors, when they become doctors, I'm happy to make that transition with them. And, when that name changes, I change up too. So I think that is super exciting and super powerful because it is not easy. It's definitely a journey. And I know another thing. So in your book, you honor your ancestors and how they assisted you in getting. Yes, thank you so much for holding that up. So it's from ancestral prayers to God's promise. And since you have that up, I was going to ask something else. Tell us about the cover. Who's on the cover?
Oh my goodness, it's my grandmother. This is a picture of her on her wedding day. And she was 22 years old. So I said, I know she's smiling down. Oh my goodness. I'm like, and when I completed the book, I said, Grandma, we did it. We did it. Yes.
Yes. And so if you see the book, I know you can't see that well here, but if you see the book in person, which I want you to do, the QR code is in the corner. They look so much alike.
Don't we?
Yes, you do. So haven't people said they thought that was you? Like both, pictures are you or the same person. So so it is. It's like a super duper baton moment. Like we did it. Like here we go, both on the cover. We made this happen. We made this book happen. We made this educational journey happen, and we're continuing that, which is beautiful. Now, what I was going to say is part of the book is your story and your journey and you honoring family who helped you along. But the other side of that is a journal for the reader so that they
Yeah.
can kind of build their own journey. So tell
Mhm.
us why that was important to be in the book.
I think it was important because I wanted to not only write a book for myself, but also help others get a jump start. So after every chapter, there is a journal. I ask a question, and then you're able to journal your own experiences with the questions. And it's, focus around family, your education, things that say there's dreams and goals that you haven't recovered yet, ways to do that. So my book, yes, it honors my family, but it's also inspirational, and it's going to give you that drive that you need to complete anything that you put your mind to, or just say them dreams that you had 20 years ago. Listen, we're not too old to pick them back up.
We're not too old.
Pick them back up and conquer them. Okay, 50 is the new 20. Okay,
Yes, that part.
so I'm always wanting to encourage someone. I
Mhm.
just love to do that, and just see other people prosper and just be happy in themselves.
Yeah, so definitely when we were working on the book, that's something that really stood out to me. The different questions that you chose and just the opportunity for self-discovery, self-awareness, and just, loving yourself and believing in yourself. Because sometimes we do when we don't reach, certain milestones or certain things that, we have in our mind, have in our heart, worked on when we were a youth, or sometimes we can't even remember back to that time. But
Right.
by going through the book, you help us remember, little Stephanie, little Tommy, you know what I mean? What were you doing? What were you playing? And you used to play school,
Oh, yeah, that's what my teddy bears, honey. I had
Yes,
them all lined up with paper and a pencil, and I'm just steady teaching and teaching. And then look, I end up being a teacher.
yes, definitely, definitely. So
But I
I
also
love.
wanted to let people know too is that it's okay for you not to succeed the first time. Try
Mhm.
again. Try again. Don't give up. Don't give up on you. You're too important to give up on you. We'll pour into everyone else's lives, our children, or, your helpmate, whoever, but then you forget about yourself. So this book is saying, hey, I can be who I am to everyone else, but guess what? I'm going to come back and deposit into myself.
Yes. Yeah, and that is so important because sometimes, we want to be, selfless, and we don't realize when we don't pour into ourselves, we're also being selfish.
That's right.
Because because the book may be for someone else. The education, the degree may be
Mm-hmm.
for someone else, so you can mentor someone else, so you can teach, someone else, so someone else can read. And then also because we're all children of God, it's
Mm-hmm.
like people don't realize, like, when you put yourself down, like, you're putting God down. Like you wouldn't think, like, I wouldn't think to put Dr. Tameka down. I'll be like, girl, all you've done, and you're so beautiful, and you did this and all your accomplishments, and you got the nonprofit. And then I could just sit at home and sit here and put Stephanie down and think like that's
Mm,
okay. Well,
right.
no. Just like
No,
talk about anybody else and put them down. The God doesn't want you putting you down.
that's
You
right. And God give us all gifts.
know. Hmm.
Somebody's waiting for your gift to come to
Yes.
life. So when you're not moving in God's direction, there's people that's waiting on you, Stephanie.
Hmm.
You got higher heights to go.
Yes.
And there's people that's waiting on you. People waiting
Yes.
on me to fully become who I am. So a
Hmm.
lot of times when you're being selfish to yourself, but you're also being selfish to others too. Because
At the
God has
same
a purpose
time.
and a plan for us.
Hmm.
And I always tell myself, before I leave this earth, I want to be emptied out. I
Mm.
want to do everything that God wanted me to do.
Yes. Yes. That is so important. And I love being, on this journey with you and surrounded with people like you who, set goals, set milestones, and do what it takes, to get there. Like, we got that never give up spirit. People might see us and be like, what's she doing now? What's she into now? She done started another business. She about to do something else. You know what I mean? But that's okay. That is okay, right?
That's right. And there's always a starting point. Nothing is perfect. Nobody is perfect. There's plenty of times I've tried things and it's failed. But I said, you know what? You get up, shake your hands off and keep moving. You just don't stop. You don't give up. And that's why I am who I am today. I just refuse to give up.
Refuse. Yes.
Refuse to give up because of my ancestors, what they went through for me to be here today. So me giving up on myself would have been giving up on them. And that wasn't going to happen. Not on my clock.
Not at all. Not at all.
We
were just talking about that earlier about, this platform and interviewing and stuff. And, me saying, oh, I need some lighting. I need some microphones. Eventually I want to do this and extract the sound and make a podcast and this and that. But we start somewhere. Do not despise
small beginnings. That's it.
Yeah. Exactly. So, so we here, we doing our thing.
That's just like my nonprofit. I started it January 2020. Well, that was me and my husband pouring our own money out. I didn't get my first grant until 2023. And it did start small. And God kept telling me, do not despise small beginnings. Because when God sees your small, he'll enlarge it in his time. And that's what he's done. He has enlarged our territory. So I just thank God for that.
Yes, 100%. 100%. So you did go through our cohort.
Yes.
I think we did it in 2023. I think so. Yes. So what was it like going through the Bridges to Better? I don't even remember what it was called, y'all. Was it the
Bridges Book Club? Or I don't remember.
Yeah. So what was it like going through the cohort and working with me and Nicole and Afia and everybody? So
it was amazing. Oh my goodness, I learned so much. You are amazing. You just gave me ideas and just you starting me from point A to point Z. I just thank you so much for that. I know how to write, but I didn't know how to put no book together. You created this cover.
Yes, isn't that beautiful?
It is beautiful.
But and that's something that's what I like to do. I work with my clients. So you gave me the idea, you gave me the pictures, and you oh, I want to be in my cap and gown and this and that. And then, just from your idea, your vision in your mind, we were able to put that together. So
one thing I love about working with you is that you're authentic and you tell the truth. Because there was a couple chapters you was like, nah, we're not going to use that. I said, okay. I said, okay. I'll go ahead and put chapter 4 and 8 to the side. But you're very authentic. Absolutely love what you do. And you just poured into us that whole time. There was never a question that I asked that you didn't answer. You just held my hand through the whole process. And I just thank you so much. And everyone in the cohort was just amazing to work with. They just gave a lot of ideas and we all just vibed and we got it done.
We got it done.
We did that.
Didn't we?
Yes, it was amazing.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I need to do another cohort, but next time I'm not putting all them time constraints. Because we did that in 3 months.
Man, listen. It was about 3 months. I was like, I ain't never wrote so fast in my life.
Right. I don't know what was going. I think because the holidays were coming or something. I don't know what I was tripping off of, but
you gave us a timetable. Listen, and we all met it. Some more advanced than others, but we got it done.
Yes.
Everybody's book came out successful.
Yes, 100%. Your book came out amazing. And it is like we were talking about, just a great book. If you're into journaling and you want to do some guided journaling, if you want to do some prayer along with your journaling, there are Bible verses in there. Just that, you can do your own study, your own journal, you make the book yours. It's like a compatibility book or you know what I mean? A companion book like that. So I think that is just amazing.
And then also I honored I had an 8th grade teacher named Miss Glover.
Yes.
And we was in her, she was foreign language teacher, and we were in her class, and she was like, Tameka, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said, I don't know. She said, well, you need to figure it out. She said, and every day she'd be like, Tameka, what you want to be? I said, well, a doctor. She said, a doctor in what? I said, I don't know, Miss Glover. She said, keep that in your mind and just keep going. And she was just amazing. She poured into me like none other. And she's in my book as well, just encouraging me. She actually came to my high school graduation. Yeah.
Yes.
So, like, I just went all the way back, and it was just good to reminisce.
Mm-hmm. Teachers are so important.
They are.
I will say this about your book, and I was like, let me step up my game and make this happen. But I've never seen so many pictures. You was like, oh, we gotta get uncle, cousin, sister, Bobby. They down there. We need a picture of them. You made sure you made sure your family was represented
and represented well.
Yes.
And I even told, I don't know if I told my mom this. I said, this book is not just mine, it's a family book. This is my family. Yes. So I dedicated first to God, and then my entire family, because I am who I am because of them. I have a praying mother who stands by my side. She always encourages me and just keep me going. And I told her, I said, I just thank God for you. You still being here. She was very pivotal. I had a good upbringing.
Yes, that is.
And a village like none other. And I think that's why I wrote this book, and why I also put that nonprofit together, because I want to be the bridge to someone that didn't have the village that I have. I want to help reach and grab other people. Hey, you can do this. You are somebody. You can be anything you want to be. What you need help with, I got you.
Yes, definitely. So, to keeping that in mind, I do want to ask about what other projects you're working on. So, in terms of your nonprofit, other work that you're doing, different projects, what you got going on, cooking up?
So every weekend we feed the homeless, and we provide necessity items, and we are with a team of different pastors and churches, and off of Parsons. It's 1905 Parsons Avenue, and we give them a hot meal, and we also give the word of God, and just giving them encouragement, and that's my family down there. We've been down there for, I would say, maybe 3 or 4 years. Wow. And they expect us to be there. Like, if it's cold outside or we may cancel, they like, where were you at?
Right.
So rain, sleet, snow, we there. Toes burning, we there. We're there. So that's what I do. I just became a Zeta in April. So
wow.
Zeta. So a lot of my sorority sisters and brothers, the Sigmas, come, help volunteer. So that's what we do every single week. And I just love it. I enjoy it. I'm on social media. I have my website that you can go on and see everything. And follow me on Facebook under Dr. Tameka Donaldson Bridges. But I'm always have my pictures and just kind of explaining what we do every week. But I love it. My husband is right there with me.
So it's bridging our communities together
for success.
Yes. So BOCT, the number 4success.com is right there. That is the website. And, like she says, they are serving the community, which is so amazing and so needed. Like, even more and more, now, people are needing help, people are needing assistance, and you do clothing, you do food, you do different
toiletry items, they need flashlights, toilet paper, deodorant, just anything necessity items, and we're accepting donations all the time.
Oh, okay. So if people want to donate, what should they do in order to donate?
They can actually either call me at 614-622-4369, or you can go to that website, BOCT4Success.com, and subscribe. And then that way you'll be able to email me.
Okay,
Or of course on Facebook as well.
I'm going to see if let me put this in the comments. Okay, what is the number again?
614-622-4369.
Say 4 donations.
And we take gently used clothes, shoes, coats. You know, I'm going to have a blanket drive pretty soon because we found a camp around the corner from where we serve, and they're outside, like they're in tents.
Okay.
So anything, socks, you know, gloves, hats, anything to keep them warm.
Oh, that is so important. Yes, I want to get involved. I want us to do like a drive or something, and I definitely, you know, want to, you know, contribute. Because and that's the thing about it. Sometimes we can get in our own little bubble and be like, "Woe is me! I wish I had this. I wish I had that." But you know, we are so blessed, each and every one of us, and we have something to give. We have something to share.
Like one time, I had this young lady come to me. I don't have no clothes. I just went in my closet and got 2 bags. You know, God has just been too, like you said, God has been too good to me not to give back. There's no way. And to help others. You know, like you said, we need each other right now. It's a lot going on. There's people that are truly in need and need help and need support and someone to speak to, just a hug. You know, I have one lady that come up to me every time she sees me and just come and just get a big hug, and then she'll just go back home. She's like, I just needed a hug.
Oh.
And like I told them, I said, y'all are a support to us as well, because, you know, I have good days and bad days like everybody else. And when I go down there, they brighten my day. So we need each other, especially in this time right now.
Especially in this time right now.
Yes. And if you want to volunteer, come on down. We need help.
Okay.
And praying and, you know.
Tell us again what time and what days are you there and what's the address?
So we're there every Saturday, 1:30 to 3, and the address is 1905 Parsons Avenue. It's where the old Schottenstein's was on Parsons Avenue.
Okay.
It's right down in the back parking lot.
Parsons Avenue. Okay.
And we're there, rain or shine.
Wonderful.
Because even if you want to bring clothes down there, you can. You have a bag of clothes, or if you know, some socks or toiletry items, everything is free. We'll set up tables, put everything on the tables, and then they come and just get whatever they need.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, I know with your nonprofit, you also have a connection with the motherland. And so tell us a little bit about that, like the work you're doing and what you're putting together.
Yeah, so I'm actually a brand ambassador for South Africa, a Princess Minstrel D Cup. And I had went over there in 2023 and won a community award. So what I'm doing right now is just working with them to come up with a grant. I started writing grants finally.
Yes.
So I'm trying to help them write grants so that they can have programming over in South Africa, you know, just to help the schools and, you know, introduce more technology to them, and, you know, just give them a better start or a brighter start to their future.
Okay, definitely. So what are your writing goals? Do you have any ideas of what you're going to be working on next?
I do want to write some children's books.
Okay.
I would say about 12 children's books.
12. Okay. So is it going to be a series?
It's going to be a series.
Okay.
Yes. I've written a couple, but, you know, I'm going to keep it going. So hopefully I'll have my next book out next year. So hold me to that.
Yes, I'm definitely going to hold you to that. I'm excited because you are in early childhood education. So that, you know, you're in a perfect position, you know, to understand the passion, the storytelling, but also like the educational component and what's needed and different things like that. So that's excellent.
So super excited to get that started.
Yes.
So next year is coming.
Next year we're gonna have a book launch.
We are.
Woo!
We are.
Yes, yes, another book launch. All right. So, is there anything that I did not ask you that we did not talk about that you want to share?
No, I'm just excited to write my next book. Just thank you so much just for this opportunity, to be on your podcast and just to become an author. That was another dream that was crushed. I succeeded,
Yes.
that's what I want to do. So, yep, I'll have that up and running next year, and I'm gonna just keep on keeping on.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. And again, how can people find you, follow you, see you online, see what it is you're doing?
So I am on Facebook and I post everything on there, Dr. Tameka Donaldson Bridges. And I'll probably post something every other day, about what we're doing and just trying to keep everybody inspired and just coming together as a family. There's a lot of division in the country, and I just want as many as I can to just bring us together as one, just to help each other out, with resources or whatever's needed. I just definitely want to be the bridge.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I know we kind of skirted over, and we haven't really had a discussion about it. But at this time, like we need one another. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like spiritually, financially, it looks like we're gonna be leaning on each other more and more. It's just I think things are going to get better, but they're going to get worse before they get better. And so
Absolutely.
this is just the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing about us as Black people, as African people, as we as people who come from the lineage that we come from,
Mm-hmm.
we like, oh, this ain't nothing. Like what? Like bring it.
We got this. We know how to put some meals together, okay?
Yes, yes, yes. We know how to do
And we know
definitely.
how to survive. But the biggest thing is just putting God first. You put him first, he gonna take care of the rest. So
Mm-hmm.
even in this time now, it's not a time for your faith to waver. It's a time for your faith to be stronger and just know that even I don't care who's sitting in the White House, God is God.
God is God.
And what's going to happen is going to happen, but we got God on our side.
Amen.
And we're going to be okay. You speak those things into existence. No, we're not going to struggle. We're going to be okay. God got us.
Okay. Yes.
And
Oh,
he's going to make a way.
yes. This is something else I wanted to bring up and mention because I had the opportunity to go to Dr. Inez, her book event and everything. And so we all got a chance to speak and talk a little bit and everything like that. Dr. Tameka, you're such a prolific speaker. So talk to us about that. Like I just wish I had the platform or the connections. I got to get the connections because I know so many amazing speakers who really whose voices need to be heard. And so tell us about your speaking and that type of thing.
My biggest thing is that I am a motivator. I want to inspire people. We may have our obstacles, but know that you can climb over them and you can make it. Too many times I'm hard on myself. I am my own worst enemy, but I've learned how to take myself out of that. And that's when I speak, I always let people know, yes, I have doctor in front of my name, but I'm not perfect. I have a past and I had my struggles, but I fought through that. And if I can do it, you can do it. It's not that I'm so special that I got a doctor's degree. If you want to go get it, whatever you want to do. But you have to be willing to do the work. That's the biggest thing. It's a lot of work and it takes a lot of time, but you can do it. And I don't care what your situation look like. Honey, God's sitting on the throne and he can change everything in the twinkling of an eye. You just got to have the faith and pray and continue to pray until you see a change. And after you see the change, still keep praying. God got you. So it's just my love for God, my faith, and just believing that whatever path he has for me, I'm going to conquer it. And I know I won't fail if I have God. So what my parents instilled in me and my grandparents, I share it with others to give them that same inspiration that I had. So the reason why I talk the way that I do is because of my mother and my grandmother and my grandfather, who taught me Psalms 23 and kept me in church. I was just loved on by my grandparents, and they had so much wisdom that they gave me, and it just sits here and it's just on me.
Yes.
So I want to be that for others.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, hold up the book one more time. All right, from ancestral prayers to God's promise. The QR code is in the corner. People, you definitely want to get this book. It tells about Dr. Tameka's journey, but it also is going to help you on your journey as well. So it's a good one. It's definitely.
And also I did ancestry. I did ancestry test in African ancestry test. Yes.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yes, so I've learned so much about myself. Nigeria. I think I was like 47% Nigerian. I have Ghana blood. It took us all the way back to our tribe in the very beginning. Ecuador, New Guinea. It's called the Big tribe. Yes. So I went all the way back. I just want to know about my history.
Yeah.
Because it's beyond Columbus, Ohio. Okay. It started in Africa.
Yes,
so
it did.
I pushed all the way back, and I'm not done yet. And one day I'm going to go. I'm going to go see where we originated from. It's just on me. It's on me to figure that out.
I know people always talk about where they want to go, and different people want to go different places. I want to go to West Africa. That's where I want to go. I want to go home. I want to go to my home. Yes. I want to see my people, my family, my loved ones. That's where I want to go. That's where I want to be, so.
And that's where we're from, West Africa too. Yes. I just want to walk on the soil. When I went to South Africa in 2023, I can't even describe the feeling. Once I stepped off the plane, and someone had came and picked me up, and I'm like, oh my God. It was like my spirit said, you know what, you're home. I just felt at home, and I had the best experience I ever had. It was amazing.
Wow.
It was to the point I would just stand there and just look in the sky and just start crying. Like, I can't believe I'm in Africa.
Wow.
This is where our family originated from. And they are so welcoming. Oh my God. I love it. When they see you, hello, my sister. Welcome home. Is what I got a lot of. It was amazing.
That is so beautiful. I can't just imagine the sense of peace. You know what I mean? Like you said, just of being home.
It's like my spirit just knew, like, you're home. And I was like, wow. Yeah. I'll never forget that experience. And I do plan to go back.
Definitely. Yes, I do plan to go. That's one of the things. That's one of my goals that I don't want to lose sight of, that I want to keep in the forefront. Something that I want to do. That's where I want to go. That's where I want to be.
Because we didn't originate the path that we're on. Our ancestors did. How can you forget about them? We are who we are because of them.
Yeah.
You can't forget your past. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't care. Everybody didn't have a good past. I understand that. But it led you to where you are today.
100%. 100%.
That's what my book is about. I'm like, honey, I got to give honor first before I write my children's books. I had to do this book first. This was a must.
Yes, we have to get honor. So many people want to disengage from the past, disengage from our ancestors, disengage from our homeland, because we've been brainwashed, in the society to think that we are less than, or there was something negative or something not good or something unworthy. We are the first We are God's chosen. We are the originals. We originated everybody.
Everybody. Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Everybody here came through us.
Mm-hmm.
So that means when, God says don't be unequally yoked,
That part.
God chose us to be equally yoked. The
Right.
two people you looking at, this is who God chose.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. And that was my biggest thing too. It's like, we have all these struggles and how our people was treated. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I was at Ohio State University, right on in that class with everybody else. Mm-hmm. There was times I was the only Black. Couldn't tell me nothing.
Yes.
I'm here to get the same education y'all getting, and I got it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me what I can't do. See, that gives me the drive. Tell me what I can't do, and I'm gonna be like, okay, watch me.
Watch me.
And I move in silence. Okay, so you look up like, whoa, where'd that come from? Mm-hmm. You said what? Okay, you said I couldn't do what? Okay.
Pop out.
Boom. I had people say, I didn't know you was writing a book. I said, I didn't know I was supposed to tell you.
Oh, okay. That part.
I just wrote it, and here it is. Just buy a book and read it.
Right. Oh my goodness. Yes. We definitely have got to get together and just work on some different things. Books, but outside of books as well, because it's a good feeling to be able to communicate with someone who genuinely loves themselves, loves God, but loves themselves. Like, look, I'm the bee's knees out here, y'all. I am the bee. I know y'all don't understand all the time. I know some of y'all can't see it, but I'm the bee's knees, and we need to recognize that, and we need to get our youth to a point, like, as educators and as authors, we want our youth, our young people to recognize that.
But it wasn't always like that. I went through a period where I didn't love myself and didn't like myself because of the challenges that I was going through, and I'm like, God, why me? And he whispered, why not?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Once I learned that, I'm like, okay, Lord. And then again, I had a praying grandmother and a praying mother that helped pray me out of situations, just mentally. I was like in a mental torment for a season of my life, and they prayed me out of that, and I'm like, you know what? I can do all things through Christ. I can do whatever I put my mind to. And then I also had to learn too, if it's something that God don't want in my life, the door ain't gonna open. Because sometimes, you'll get frustrated with that. Well, how come this didn't happen? Because it wasn't meant to happen. You don't know the danger that could have been on the other side of that door or destruction. But we steady banging our head, So I thank God for the doors, okay? So once I got that in my spirit, like, what's meant to be will be. If I try something, and if it doesn't happen, okay, Lord, let me go another direction. You can't be so stuck on point A that you don't see B, C, D. You always got to have different things in your back pocket.
Yes. And I love that. And I just want to repeat what you said when you were going through everything so much. And you said, why me? God's response. Why
not?
Why not you?
Why not?
Why not?
That's
not, I mean, I think the first time I got that, it was kind of like like almost a hard pill to swallow.
Oh my goodness.
Lean in and you think about it, and you're like, why me?
But then when God starts showing you the why not? When I, was a center director and I had all these young mothers come up struggling, guess who was able to help them? Me. Yes. Because I had already took that path and that walk. So I said, you know what, Lord? I'm here for you. I'm not here for myself. And the things that I went through, yes, it built who I am, but also it allowed me to help a lot of young women with their children. So I just thank God for that. And it's a hard pill to swallow because I'm like, Lord, I don't want, why I got to do that.
Right.
I just want to live and be happy. God, like, you're going to do my will. And my will ain't always a straight path. It ain't always rainbows and unicorns. But trust and believe the reward is at the end.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And God has just blessed me tremendously, tremendously. So yes, you may have your struggles you go through, but just know trouble don't last always. And there is an end to every issue, every problem. There's an end.
Yes. Yes. I 100% agree that, this too shall pass.
And it will pass. It will. And also you have to speak life in yourself. And my mother just told me that. She said, she said God came to her and said, you know what? Stop all the negative talk. Speak life. Speak life. People got to stop the negative talk. Well, God checked me. I said, "Ooh, Lord, Trump is in office and we're going to be out here struggling." God said, "No, you're not. What meal have you not had? You have a roof over your head. You have a great job. You have transportation. Stop saying that y'all we gonna struggle. No, y'all ain't. Y'all got me.
Speak life.
You know what, Lord? Okay, we gonna be all right.
Yes,
you in control. I don't care who ramping and running in the streets of the United States. It don't matter. God is sitting on the throne, and nothing is going to happen unless He allows it. So, yep, we gonna be all right.
Yes, we are. We are going to be all right, and we are. That's a good reminder and a good place to settle is to speak life, speak positive. It in the lives of other people, the people around you. Like sometimes we can get bogged down and we start to regurgitate negativity, but we have a choice. We have a choice, and we can speak life.
Speak life.
Yes. Yes, the good news. We can share the good news.
That's it. And I don't care what you're going through. It can be a bad situation, but you know what? Speak life. Yeah, I know I'm going through something right now, but it'll be all right. God got me. And this too shall pass.
Well, this conversation has genuinely blessed me. I mean, genuinely, I have, my father passed away, so we have his celebration of life tomorrow. And, just preparing for something and getting ready for stuff, sometimes you can, feel a little stressed or, different people are calling, asking this, that, and the other. But I believe in peace.
Yes.
And carrying peace through everything I do and everywhere I go. And this conversation is just a reminder of that. It's just a reminder of that. Tomorrow is going to be a beautiful, blessed day. We are going to celebrate my father's life. It's going to be a good time, a fun time. And God is going to be there with us.
Oh, yeah.
Partaking, leading the way. And it's all going to be
you're going to have family loving on you.
Yes. So I really appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. And I got to get you in front of people as an author, as a speaker. I think sometimes, a lot of times, you go to different graduations and different things like that, especially like high school graduations. And, you have people speaking and they're just talking about themselves or, talking about whatever. It's such a disconnect from our youth when we should be there celebrating them and uplifting them. Yes. And you're one of those people that would just be amazing. Like the young people would never forget, like, okay, I got this. What's next? So I think that's super cool.
I would love to do that. So any opportunities come, let me know.
100%. All right. Well, we're going to head on out of here, people. Would you like to leave us with anything before we go?
You know what? Just don't forget about your dreams, your goals. Know that you can do all things through Christ. Get this book.
Yes.
Very encouraging. And it will give you a jump start to your own book and just give you some ideas for the future.
100%. Woohoo! All right. And that was Mirrors to Manuscript. And we out.
Yay. Look at do my Zeta sign. Bye.
Bye.